This is a joke. Tis a joke. This is, I believe, what the debate perverts refer to as a hypothetical scenario, not based in reality. He didn't say the sentence, hey, you should go out and do Y. Every one of you, go out and do Y. I tell you, I command you as my audience to go do Y. Yes, that would be a violent threat, a call to action. He's proposing a hypothetical scenario. If someone were to do X, then what would happen if Y were to occur? If you didn't know, No Other Land, a documentary about how Palestinians are human and don't deserve to be ethnically cleansed and don't deserve to be genocided off the face of the earth, was, I'm sure as you read, the winner of the best documentary at the Oscars. And if you read it on Politico, you might have read a headline that was like, controversial film wins Academy Award. And you're like, controversial? That's a weird thing to say, right? Like, would you have said that about other documentaries or even feature films that talk about genocide? Would you have said, like, controversial film, Schindler's List, wins Academy Award? You wouldn't. That would be a fucked up thing to do. But we've dehumanized Palestinians so much that if a film tries to humanize them, it's controversial. I understand. That's where we're at. Okay, neat. You know where you can watch No Other Land? Depends where you are. If you are in Europe, this mythical land of Europe. I've heard of this. Apparently Channel 4 has secured distribution rights to Know the Land, but if you're wondering why people are asking that question, it might be that there's no major distributor who has picked up this Academy Award winning film. It is a, again, that's the controversy, Politico, when people are like, controversial film. Yeah, controversial in the sense that it just won the Academy Award for Best Picture, and there's no US distributor. Doesn't that strike you as odd? Doesn't that strike you as strange? Because that doesn't happen a lot, where there's, again, a film of any grandeur or status or acclaim, critical acclaim, and no distributor wants to touch it. No one wants the heat. Yeah, exactly. They're all just like, yeah, I don't know. What's it about? It humanizes Palestinians and says they don't deserve ethnic cleansing, that they're people just like anyone else, that shouldn't be ethnically cleansed off the face of the... It really... shows their humanity above all else. Yikes. Ooh, sounds controversial. Yeah, don't really want that smoke. But you know what we do have coming out? Speaking of films. Check it out, everyone. 4 major documentaries already on Luigi. Yeah, look at this. December 19, 2024, Manhunt, coming out on ABC, coming out on Disney, which is owned by Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. What? Oh, what's this? Monster or Martyr? Wow. Coming out on the New York Post. Oh, by the News Corporation, News Corp. Rupert Murdoch. Weird. Luigi Mangione. The Mind of a Killer. The mind. You still can't take a bad photo of this dude. Even the one where he's supposed to be ugly. You just can't. God damn it. What the hell? How do you do that? You know? I definitely have angles for him like, that's not a good photo of me. But yeah, the TMZ, Fox, Rupert Murdoch, again, J'accuse. And now, coming out on Max. 1 week. Who is Luigi? Who is Luigi? The Killer, Mind of a Killer. ID Max, Warner Brothers, Advance. He has not gone to trial yet. He has pled not guilty. His lawyers are already putting forth the idea that perhaps evidence was planted by the police. This jury that is going to be selected is going to have no preconceived notions of this case in order to be impartial. That's how it's going to work. In theory, that's how it's supposed to work. But holy fuck, every major network. All right, can we put out Mind of the Killer Mind, how killers love to kill by killing with their killing wands. And just say that it's impartial. We'll take an honest, fair look. Yeah. Oh, could you add killer somewhere in the title there? Because guy loves to kill. He's the mind of a killer.
Supported us for this documentary. About 2 months ago, I became a father, and my hope to my daughter that she will not have to live the same life I'm living now, always fearing always fearing settlers' violence, home demolitions, and forest spill displacements that my community, Masafriyatta, is living and facing every day under the Israeli occupation. No other land reflect the harsh reality that we have been enduring for decades and still persist, as we call on the world to take serious actions to stop the injustice and to stop the ethnic cleansing of Palestinian people.
We made this film, Palestinians and Israelis, because together our voices are stronger. We see each other. The atrocious destruction of Gaza and its people, which must end. The Israeli hostages brutally taken in the crime of October 7th, which must be freed. When I look at Basel, I see my brother.
That part I was kind of uncomfortable with, because I was like, if we're going to be talking context, let's broaden our horizons here, you know, and no one is here to justify innocent people getting captured or innocent people being killed or children being captured or killed or any of that kind of stuff. But I mean, should we talk, if we're going to just expand and be like, within context, we should talk about, well, then let's talk about occupation. Let's talk about calorie counting. Let's talk about blocking all food aid. Let's talk about how the ceasefire has been broken so many times by Israel at this point now, and now they're suddenly doing yet another blockade, yet another massive ass war crime, cutting off all food, all supplies, all like. They're completely bombed and depleted over there. The Gaza Strip has been all in totality fucking completely destroyed. And now they've just announced that they're going to once again be cutting off all supplies. So once again, the starvation will continue. The mass human-made, 100% preventable starvation of, again, fucking however many people are remaining. I want to say, like, you know, millions, but the millions was before you know, the conflict and the bombing campaigns really ramped up. That it could be hundreds of thousands, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 people dead at this point. It's very hard to have official numbers when that area is so heavily controlled. On Hasan's show yesterday, the director of No Other Land joined Hasan's stream. I believe that was on Saturday, and they helped raise over $100,000 for charity. You can still donate. Proceeds will be used to provide hot meals to the people in Gaza. Just retweet this, and here you go. Share the link if you have $1 to spare and you want to put it towards a very important cause. Meanwhile, war crimes, starvation as a strategy. Israel blocks all humanitarian aid into Gaza. Israel has reneged on the existing ceasefire agreement they had agreed to with Hamas. The first phase of the ceasefire expired Saturday, and Israel announced on Sunday it will be halting all humanitarian aid and fuel deliveries into Gaza and closing the border between Israel and Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister and war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday that he made the decision in full coordination with President Trump and his people. Of course you did. Two war criminals just helping each other out. In a statement, Hamas called the suspension of an aid a war crime and a violation of the ceasefire agreement. It said Netanyahu's decision to suspend humanitarian aid is cheap blackmail, a war crime, and a blatant coup against the ceasefire agreement. Stephen Zun, the director of Middle Eastern Studies at the University of San Francisco, says the U.S. apparent proposal favoring Israel follows a well-established pattern since the beginning of the war. This is typical. Hamas and Israel will agree to something. Then Israel will try to revise it in its favor. Then the U.S. will put forward a new proposal that is in Israel's favor, and then the U.S. will blame Hamas for not accepting that proposal. Israel's decision to block all aid going into the Gaza Strip is a war crime under international law, a human rights expert says. Kenneth Roth, former head of Human Rights Watch, who is now a visiting professor at Princeton, said Israel is an occupying power with an absolute duty to facilitate humanitarian aid under the Geneva Conventions. Israel did HasanAbi say about Rick Scott? Streamer calls out XQC and Asmongold while addressing the controversy. Twitch streamer HasanAbi has addressed the community following the recent controversy over his remarks about U.S. Senator Rick Scott. For those unaware, on February 28, 2025, a 21-second video of HasanAbi's live stream surfaced on X, depicting the political commentator's stance on the U.S. Senator and Medicaid fraud. Quote, "If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party." Now, this, again, 21-second clip is kind of what always happens when you have people who speak for, I mean, in his case, 8 hours a day, live streaming every single day. You're going to have moments where they take clips and then put them on the internet. And then, of course, the internet has a time with that. And yeah, I'm actually not surprised that, you know, there are people who are just sitting there waiting, frothing at the mouth for any opportunity to hit that good old clip button. You know, again, I said this at the start of the stream, stakeouts, they're so fucking boring. You know, in the movies, they seem exciting. You get to sit there, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, he's coming out of the house. Oh my God, he's carrying a body. Quickly, start the car. Find a seaman. All that kind of stuff. No, it's not like that. It's just literally weeks, if not months, sometimes with absolutely nothing to show for it, of trying to just canvas or stake out, you know, a perp. And in this case, there's a lot of people who are most likely part of other communities who want to just, you know, please their daddies. So they're just sitting there every single day watching Hasan. You know, it's like, I could go out and make something of myself and go maybe touch that grass I've heard so much about. But instead, I'm going to sit there just waiting. He's bound to fuck up eventually. I'm gonna catch him, and then I'm going to be the one to upload it to Livestream Fails, and I'm going to be the one to upload it to the subreddits, and then I will please the daddies. And then obviously I'm assuming that, like, you know, maybe it'd be great if one or two of them got pilled along the way after having to watch, you know, like 2 weeks of Hasan until they finally found that somebody was shit, watch clip, and then by the time they're trying to upload it, someone else already got there. There's already like 10 copies of the video uploaded. But hey, this is a joke. Tis a joke. This is, I believe, what the debate perverts refer to as a hypothetical scenario, not based in reality. He didn't say the sentence, hey, you should go out and do Y. Every one of you, go out and do Y. I tell you, I command you as my audience to go do Y. Yes, that would be a violent threat, a call to action. He's proposing a hypothetical scenario. If someone were to do X, then what would happen if Y were to occur, right? If you wanted Y, then you should do X, or if you wanted X, you should do Y. Just saying, if you happen to be a right-winger, if you're someone who's like consistently worried about what if I get banned for saying something, yeah, you'll notice that, like, you know, on most leftist mafia streams, I'm probably one of the first people, if not myself or David Dole, to be like, he means in a video game. He's talking about the video game, a popular game apparently. It's called Sid Meier's Civilization. That's what he's referring to. Yes, Roblox. Yes, he means if you were playing Minecraft, that's what you mean. Because you kind of worry about whether or not someone is going to be watching, take the clip and then run with it, and then boom, something like this happens, right? But yeah, I'm not sure. I can't point fingers at any one given community that is obviously very satisfied at a temporary suspension of Hasan. But yeah, there's obviously a lot of communities, I'm sure you're aware at this point, that are probably going to be pretty happy about this taking place, including fellow content creators Zach Asmongold and Felix XQC reacted to the Turkish-American personality video with the former OTK, standing for One True King, cool, member claiming that HasanAbi was advocating to kill Rick Scott. Advocating to kill an elected representative of the government is not good, no matter what. It doesn't matter what the perspective is. You can't say that. That's crazy. Totally indefensible. I am shocked, honestly. Is this one Asmongold? Because if so, weren't you fucking downplaying the war crimes of the Nazis not too long ago on your live stream? That was you, right? That was you? Because you were really just wanting to stick it to trans people, I guess? That you were sitting there being like, oh, well, I'm actually going to do a little fucking Holocaust revisionism right now for everybody and just downplay the severity of Nazi war crimes and their persecution, not only of Jewish people, but of LGBTQ plus people as well. Being like, well, yes, Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld and his Institute of Sexology, it was specifically targeted because he wrote the books in Jewish. That's what Asmongold said. And then obviously everyone was like, whoa! And then he was like, oh, sorry. I have to issue a correction here. He wrote the books in Hebrew. That's what I meant to say. And that's why they targeted him. They targeted him, yes, because he was Jewish, but also because he was gay, and also because he ran an institution that was at the forefront of a lot of scientific discovery and acknowledgement that LGBTQ plus people are human beings just like the rest of us, and that it's okay to be gay, and that it's actually not some kind of vile perversion. But at the time, the Nazis saw it as a way of indoctrinating Germany and making it less German. In fact, they were calling it a Jewish perversion. So it is incredibly fucked up. Super fucked up to start saying that the reason that he was targeted was specifically because the books were written in Hebrew. First off, that's just factually incorrect. They were not. They were written in German. They have been translated to other languages. Yes, I'll grant you that. But that's a ridiculous claim to put out there and then have other people take it in and be like, oh, well, yeah, Asmongold's probably telling the truth, right? That's the thing. But then, oh, how fast the enemies of the enemies suddenly, oh, well, if you're going to make a joke, all right, that Republicans who are looking for Medicaid are having their Medicaid infringed upon or their health insurance infringed upon by Republicans, and that, hey, if they really want to take care of that problem, they should probably look at the people who are causing that problem. Well, no, I don't care. That's not cool, dude. Oh, no, you fucked up. You fucked up bad. Meanwhile, XQC described Hasan's comments as weird. I still don't think you could kill somebody because you killed the guy, and what happened to the insurance company? Did it change? I guess, again, referring to like Luigi here and talking about how that the Luigi thing didn't result in like the insurance company changing their policies. So he's trying to frame Hasan, I think, as Luigi, right? That's kind of what he's trying to do here. HasanAbi says he wasn't directly mean to Rick Scott while addressing his controversial comment. Response to Asmongold and XQC. During a live stream on March 1st, 2023, HasanAbi addressed the controversy, saying that he was not being directly mean to Rick Scott. While speculating that he might be banned from Twitch because of his comments, the streamer stated, I wasn't even being directly mean to Rick Scott. What I was saying was, like, if the Republican Party truly cared about monitoring medical bankruptcy, they would literally apply capital punishment. Like, if they did, they don't. And he's a world-class Medicare fraud guy. So you can cry about it all day, every day. You can cry about it and try to get me banned for it. Maybe I will get banned. Who knows? And the answer was yes. The 33-year-old also responded to Asmongold and XQC's reaction in the same live stream. Him, Asmongold, and X were crying about it. Yeah, they can suck my entire dick from the back. That's what I think, okay? How does one do that? Are you suggesting that they literally suck it out of your ass? It would be one hell of a suction. Asman said directly that Israel sucks, which is good to hear from him. Oh man, great. That's what he said. Is that a thing? In other news, HasanAbi recently labeled the H3 podcast host Ethan Klein a racist, claiming that there was plenty of evidence to back up his allegation. I like just threw this in there. Sports Skeeta. Not related to the article in any way, the story that we're talking about, either of the people involved or even the topic, but we do want to add a footnote here. Just to, get you a little bit more engaged. Shall we just to cry about this? He posted on X that the stream was taken down. One of the Amazon-owned platform's top streamer, Piker, is known for his unfiltered left-wing critiques and reactions to political news and world events. During a stream on Monday, he was reacting to recent comments by the House Speaker Mike Johnson about Republicans' budget priorities when the comments that seemingly got him banned for the fifth time in the platform's history were made. Louisiana congressman told CNN that Republicans are looking to carve out waste, fraud, and abuse in welfare entitlements, including $50 billion lost in Medicaid just in fraud alone. By the way, this whole Republicans, Doge, Trump basically trying to get rid of wasteful spending in Medicaid is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, Sam Cedar put it so well when he's like, there is audits that are done on this system on a regular basis. So we actually do know if there's fraud or, disingenuous payments taking place. And it turns out there are, but it's not by individual users. It's not by individual people. The fraud when it comes to Medicaid spending comes in the form of private ambulance providers, pharmaceutical companies, insurance providers taking advantage of the system. So we do know where there is fraud. We do know where people aren't being completely genuine and are misappropriating funds or not utilizing those funds correctly or taking vast amounts of money and not providing the services that they were promised to do so in a contract. Yes. We know. So you could go after them. They're never going to do that, though. Why would they go after big business? Why would they go after pharmaceutical companies? Why would they go after insurance companies? Why would they go for private ambulance, providers? Why would they do that? Those are the people that they want to benefit. So instead, they keep pushing this thing where it's just like, oh, come on, everybody, regardless of your politics, you could be left, you could be right, it doesn't matter. You could be a Republican, a Democrat. You got to care about wasteful spending. Everyone should. And so we're going to be looking at this. And then all of a sudden you get Trump on TV holding up whatever piece of paper was printed to him and handed to him by the Doge big balls guy. And he's sitting there clearly reading it for the first time. He's like, my God, look at this. People over 200 years old. So many people. So many. Still receiving money. 200 years old. Can't be that many. Can't be that many. Not a lot of people. Not a lot. And like, well, okay, if you want to do a deep dive into this, several people have looked into this, and people who are over 150 who are receiving Medicare or Medicaid, even though they may or may not be dead,
Clean up your room.
you know, expired, not alive anymore, they're not actually receiving money. They're not getting Medicaid payments. There has been investigations into this. It turns out it would cost not a ton of money in perspective. We're talking millions, between, I think the estimate was like $6 and $10 million in order to update the systems to get rid of all these names. But they're not getting money, is the point, is the key point, is that yes, you can look up these names and say that, hey, by the way, there's a lot of people on the books who happen to be really old, they've expired. You could, in essence, clean that up. It would cost you $6 to $10 million to update all the systems, to get rid of it. But they were not receiving monthly government checks to corpses or to someone sitting at a home who's just waiting and then opening it like, I got another free government check. There are billions with a B, billions of dollars that are, yes, being wasted on private companies who are taking this money and not providing adequate services. They're cheating the system. They are, again, pharmaceutical corporations. I thought everyone hated pharmaceutical corporations, sorry. I thought that was the big thing the Republicans and Democrats agreed on. Private insurance companies. I mean, you don't need a Luigi to show you how unpopular their policies are. Private ambulance providers. Once again, pretty distinct, identifiable examples there. And yeah, that's not going to help the narrative, though, is it? Rick Scott ran a healthcare company that was fined $1.7 billion in 2003 for defrauding the federal government. Scott has dismissed the case as political persecution because, of course, if you cared, quote, if you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, Piker said on today's stream. You wouldn't make Rick Scott a former governor of Florida, Rick Scott. You wouldn't make him the fucking head of the Senate committee or something like the Republican fundraising initiative. Whatich has not confirmed that this was the reason for Piker's latest ban. The platform has guidelines banning users from making comments supporting hateful conduct or harm towards others. The company's latest revision of this policy came November 2024 as Twitch tried to moderate conversations about Israel and Palestine. Like many of the platform's past attempts at clear and fair moderation, however, Twitch's interpretation of its rules can seem vague and not always equally enforced. I'm sorry, Piker wrote on X following the ban. I'll choose my words carefully next time and say, if Mike Johnson cares about medical fraud, since he wants to cut $800 million from Medicare and Medicaid, he'd call for max punishment for current Florida GOP Senator and former Governor Rick Scott, who has done the most Medicare fraud in U.S. history. There you go. Hey, you know how, his uncle Jank has said that there's the max left? This could be part of the max lefting, you know? He's always talking about that shit. Oh, they think they're so pure. The max left. Well, we call for max punishment. Internet. Keemstar. You might need Keemstar. He's basically the cockroach of YouTube. And I don't know how that man has basically weathered every possible controversy. From, you know, profiting and trying to platform people who have clear mental illness, one of them unalive themselves, to then afterwards trying to become one of the, like, hey, by the way, I cared so deeply about this person. I'm now going to be talking about Etika and talking about how much he meant to me and all that kind of shit. Like, just obviously absolute goblin behavior, like just horrible people. Yeah. Mr. Mumbles, thank you for the rating party of 9. So kind of you. Everyone go check out Mr. Mumbles 710. He survived that. He weathered that storm, got through all that shit. Keemstar is also one of the people who has been targeting women streamers on the internet for a long time, saying that they have no talent, no discernible talents. Him, Trainwrecks, there's a lot of people who just dabble in that, where apparently either they're just famous because they're hot, they've got no actual talents, they're not actually entertaining, and one of the big ones that they've been doing for a long time now lately, because people are getting kind of tired of the same old, like, oh, you say they have no talent, you say they're all booby streamers, you say that they're only there, people watch them for the looks, that it's just a whole bunch of desperate guys who are simps, and that makes you upset, all this kind of shit, right? They've been telling them to get out and do live streams, being like, well, why don't any of them just IRL? Let's see them IRL, do some IRL. So they did that. They did an IRL stream, and it turns out it was quite dangerous. A guy threatened to kill Cinna, Emiru, and Valkyrie because they refused to give him their number.
What's good? I think we're just gonna go. Let's go. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, no. Hey, excuse me? No. Security? Emily, no. Hey, stop. Whoa.
It's fucking fight right now.
What?
Right.
Get away from
now.
Hey, what's going Security? On? He's harassing us.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Right now. I'll kill you right now. I'll kill you right now.
Security, please. Security.
This dude apparently had been following them around. He'd been stalking them during this live stream. He had changed outfits. At one point, he was wearing like a different hoodie. Oh, Chico, you coming to join us? Everyone's gonna be so thrilled. Chico's been in the other room for a while. Hi, buddy. Good to see ya. You have yourself a good nap? Yeah? Oh, that's good. Here, got your bed right there. Take a little seat. Yeah, he's apparently a mega creep who'd been following them around, trying to get their number, had switched out of like a hoodie at one point that he was wearing and then switched into like a different costume in the middle of it. And like, obviously the amount of responses to this was like a lot of people initially being like, oh, well, they were fine. They had security. Good. All right, cool, bro. Women on average don't walk around with security guards. This just like shouldn't happen, period. It shouldn't be like, oh yeah, they're fine, don't worry about it. This is fucking horrifying that someone was going to this extent, that was not only like, you know, following them around, demanding to get their phone number, but then started just openly threatening them on camera. Luckily, everyone involved is completely fine. But I do want to bring up the fact that there has been people who have been saying things like, for example, again, Keemstar's drama alert. Pokimane and her clones are starting to get called out for the behavior. Endymion? You see what I mean? Case in that had a whole Batman costume, sets. He had a guy running around as Robin, playing games, having fun. What do these women do? Come, watch us sit down with our permed hair while we eat. Please give us free money. How can people watch this in the first place? I have no idea, man. Lowest effort content creation imaginable on display here. And Twitch is promoting it too. These interactions are abysmal. Jesus Christ. Make streaming great again. If you don't want to watch it, don't. You have control, my dude. You can change the fucking channel. You can type in a different URL. You can do something else. You can turn off your computer. You can close your cell phone. You can walk outside, touch the fabled grass we all hear so much about. But Jesus Christ, like, this has been, like, as long as I have been in Twitch or Twitch streaming, has been a non-stop theme for people constantly shitting on women streamers. There's barely any women in the top 100 of streamers. Like, the numbers in terms of top 100 streamers, it's all dudes. There's a couple exceptions, but, like, it's mostly just dudes, and then Pokimane and Amaranth, who's turning into being a fucking, you know, Hitler wasn't all bad, anti-LGBTQ plus nightmare herself. But, yeah, for the most part, it's all guys. And then you get other dudes who are already famous, like Trainwrecks, for example. What do you do, Trainwrecks? Like, what do you do all day? Go on cryptocurrency gambling sites and get half your audience addicted to fucking slot machines for fucking steak? Like that, oh, sorry. So not everyone can achieve the incredible content production that is just sitting there all day, juicing, fucking trying to get as many fucking, you know, I don't even know. I can't do slot machine terms, all right? I don't know. I can tell you poker hands. I don't know slot machines. Line, get a line top bottom, the blackout, is that a thing? The squares, you would win. But anyways, yeah, if you're not a fan of it, don't watch it. But otherwise, why do you gotta sit there complaining all day? Just being like, I was just trying to mind my own business, and then I had to see this, a clip of women eating, and then getting money for it. What is mukbang? For 500, please? What is mukbang? What is half the fucking channels of people who are just eating vast amounts of food? It's a whole genre. It's a genre on the... People just fucking watch endless hours of YouTubers just sitting there eating food. It's not my scene, which is why I don't watch it. It's, you know, it's not my thing, so I don't pay attention. So basically, I am becoming Hitler is the meme. Me seeing drug dealers and OnlyFans girls buying their 5th car while I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning trying to be a good person. So I became Hitler. It's like, you're not a good person, first off. if you think that women are taking things away from you that you are owed. That makes you definitionally a bad person. You're not a good Christian, just sitting at home doing the right thing, the noble thing, while these whores of Babylon show their clitorises and make vast amounts of money. No, I looked it up because I wanted to know this. What do you think the average OnlyFans creator makes? Like, it blew my mind. $108 a month. $108 a month is the average OnlyFans creator amount. There are a few, a very small, we're talking 1% of 1%, who make fuck tons of money, and like any other like site, doesn't matter if it happens to be Twitch, doesn't matter if it's OnlyFans, it's a very, very small percent of people who make a very, very large amount of money. The vast majority of the rest of them are making about $108 a month. So no, it's not, if you're a woman, you can basically just like start an OnlyFans and then become a millionaire. Any woman can do it. That's just not true. That does not math. The numbers do not work out. There are some who make lots of money, but the vast majority do not. It's a hustle and a grind like every other fucking creative output, like all of them. It doesn't matter if you're a sex worker, it doesn't matter if you're a YouTuber, it doesn't matter if you're a podcaster, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's a hustle and a grind to be able to just even get into the top fucking 20%, let alone 10%, let alone 1%, where people actually make fuck tons of money. So to go after that, and yet, by the way, the CEO of the company OnlyFans in 2023 took in $473 million. $473 million. The owner of OnlyFans. So this is it, right? The manosphere, the Andrew Tates, they get you to hate women instead of the capitalists who are exploiting you, and get you mad at women specifically instead of the capitalists who are exploiting you. So you sit there miserable because, yeah, your job sucks. I've had a lot of jobs that have sucked fucking ass. They have been terrible and I hated them. And every minute that went by, I'm just sitting there getting minimum wage and I'm pissed off and I hated my boss and I hated the company. I didn't think fucking women, I'm here doing the noble thing. I'm working 9 to 5. I'm putting in the hours. I'm putting in my time. And there's some woman out there who just shows her tits once a month and she just gets unlimited amounts of money. Nah, that's a distraction. Again, it's to distract you. Every one of these groups does this. If you look at the whole fucking, the culture warriors, the whole, grums, the fucking geeks and gamers, the quartering, all those channels, they also get you mad at women instead of getting mad at the capitalists exploit you. But they also get you mad at black people, indigenous people, trans people, gay people. If they happen to be right-wing politicians or pundits, you can add poor people to that list, immigrants to that list. Get you mad at everyone else. Get you mad at every other group instead of, again, the capitalists who are exploiting you. If you sit there all day and you're like, I will turn into Hitler unless things change and women stop making money off their tits. It's like, okay, well, that's to the benefit of, again, the capitalist class to keep you that angry. Are the women who have amazing breasts the ones who every single morning are like, hey, I need you to come in an hour early today. I can't pay you extra for it though. But isn't there, well, I mean, hey, you want to find another job? That's fine. I don't care. A lot of other people need jobs right now. You can either come in an hour early tomorrow because I need you to do that because I make more money, or I fire you. It's that easy. So you choose. You're under a contract. I can fire you at any time. That's just, I'm sorry, dude. That's how it is. Come in tomorrow an hour early. I think I might tell someone, like a laborers related. Nah, okay, you're already fired. Fuck that. I'm not dealing with you lefty communists trying to talk about labor rights or some weird shit like that. Anyways, you're fired. I got someone else who'll do it. Someone else will do it. Boom. What does that have to do with an OnlyFans model? But again, it's just misogyny directed at these groups. And now, of all people, fucking Keemstar. Thank God they are safe now. Scary as fuck. Oh. Yeah, I'm really worried. Not that you don't just fucking pump out material 24/7 that denigrates and vilifies women and reinforces men getting mad at women specifically for their problems. Men do have a lot of problems. Men are fucking suffering right now. The suicide rates for men are fucking abysmal. They're killing themselves at like 4 times the rate of women. Very serious issues that we should be talking about. More men than women live at home. More men than women live in their basements. More men than women are not getting into university. More men than women are dropping out of college. And as this entire paradigm is shifting, all of these assholes are just trying to say that the cause of these problems is women. It's they owe you. No, they don't. Women do not owe you sex. Women do not owe you their phone numbers. Women do not owe you dates. Women don't owe you jack shit. People like this, Keemstar, he makes millions of dollars keeping you mad at women, as does Andrew Tate, as does every one of these vile pieces of shit. Well, they, yes, get to be millionaires. Well, they get to break free from the matrix. Well, they get to fuck all the supermodels they want, etc. And in the case of most of them, they're fucking pedophiles who are just doing human trafficking. They're the ones who are just fucking grifting everybody. They're the ones who hate fucking men. They're the ones who are trying to make men's lives worse. They're the ones who are exploiting men, who are taking all of their real issues, their loneliness, their sadness, their depression, their anxiety. They take all that shit and then they try to fucking get you mad at women. Are you depressed, bro? Are you sad, bro? Don't be a fucking pussy. Break free from the matrix. It's women's fault. We live in an upside down world. We live in a fucking matriarchy where they get all the fucking rights. They get the fucking child custody. They get all the fucking shit. They can just sell their bodies. They are born with the ability to make millions of dollars just with their fucking tits. And where do you land, bro? That's why you gotta break free by buying my course. You buy my course, you fucking get the Discord, you get to join, it's gonna be awesome. You join the Discord, you get to fucking make all of the money, you'll be rich like me. Look at this shit is awesome, isn't it, bro? Just join it. Yeah, we're gonna invest in cryptocurrency, I'm gonna teach you all these skills, I'm gonna show you how to fucking smash the push, all that shit. You can get it, bro, just as long as you subscribe to my course. And yeah, let's hate women. Let's just get, because it's definitely gonna make you more attractive to women if you hate them. If you are some entitled fucking weirdo monster who feels that they have a right to follow them around, to demand their phone numbers, and then get so angry when they don't that they threaten to kill them. That's now the world that you live in. This shit, it's not going to help men. Yeah, you need to recognize that there is a crisis going on, and we have to be honest about that, and shitting over that crisis is not the solution going forward. We need proactive ways of helping men because they need help, and this shit goes all the way from the ground on up. We need to fucking be more empathetic. We need to be more kind. We need to be more loving, and that has to be taught to men, to not feel ashamed to be any of those things and to be those things to each other. They need support. They need to support each other, and they need to have support from each other. Shitting on men is not the answer either. Shitting on just men as a generality is not going to help the men who already feel shat upon. But know that these people are preying on them. These people know because they make so much fucking money from it, and they've shown that it is such a lucrative pathway. You can make so much fucking money if you just get people and men angry at something else than the truth. Just distract them, get them mad at women. They're not mad at women, get them mad at immigrants for taking their jobs. Get them mad at black pilots. Get them mad at trans kids. Get them mad at anything else. Just as long as we keep distracting you and keeping you fucking upset and angry and thinking that this is the cause. This is the reason, bro. But hey, if you're in the matrix, you can break out. Everyone can break free. Say that's up to you if you buy the course. If you pay me, you give me money, I can get you free. I'll set you free. So there you go.
Don't let this happen to you. Go to serfscoffee.com to order the only end-to-end owned indigenous coffee company that delivers blood-free, conflict-free, and cruelty-free beans right to your door. 0% of people who drink serfscoffee.com have exploded spontaneously. By ordering right now, you get 10% off plus free shipping, and it's the best way to enjoy delicious coffee while not exploding. That's serfscoffee.com, serfscoffee.com.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This video wouldn't be at all possible without the financial support of all the people whose names you see on the screen right now. And if you want to unlock secret bonus episodes, content that we can't post anywhere else, or get the videos early before anyone else gets to see them, please go on to patreon.com/theserfs. For as little as $1, you can help support this channel and help make more videos like this possible. Our executive producers are Anna Loves Riley, Adrian McCarthy, Bobby Lasers, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Garrett Sandoval, Hagbard Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multimondi, Omni, Political Papi, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Boehm, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demel, Tigwig, Trav, and Words Greenwood. And also, it wouldn't be possible without all the names you see on the screen right now. Again, if you want to help produce this content, it's only made possible through the funding of our patrons. Head on down to patreon.com/theserfs. That's patreon.com/theserfs.